Fire, fire, fire.
Disney Plus puts ads into premium ad-free tier. Just pirate it all. Based way ahead of you, mister.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Today we're going to be discussing what you probably already know if you've been watching this channel for a while, which is why using streaming services went from being a really smart way to avoid the aggravation of having to go through 20 different NZB sites and torrent sites and email to try and find what you were looking for, to a completely nonsensical way.
Normies love it because they don't have to go through all the steps. If you do all the steps and you pirate, props to you, but most normies don't do that. And I can understand that there's a market for ease of access.
Way to consume media, whether you're talking about streaming sites that restrict you from getting high resolution content unless you use a piece of hardware that is fundamentally spyware, or you're dealing with a streaming company that Mallet says if you pay us more money you'll avoid the ads and then gives you the ads. Just so you know, Blackberry, some of our viewers do have a
Oh no, the kitty cat's name is Blackberry. I love kitty cats. Do you want to know why he's doing that? Because he's paying attention to it. My cat does the same thing. As soon as I sit down to stream, he sits in my chair and wants my attention.
Subwoofer, so when you do that, you're really fucking with them.
That's nice. That's ASMR
Blackberry?
right there.
Why the microphone? You have so many toys. You have 7 scratching posts, 3
He loves
cat
you,
trees,
that's why.
all these little things on the floor, and you have to fuck with the microphone every fucking video.
Aw, he loves you.
Every fucking video.
What a good cat. They ruin everything, but they're so cute. That's how they're alive, by the way. They're still around because of that. Where's my cat?
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Getting Effed. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. And today we're going to discuss one of many reasons that using streaming services, if to consume your media, is not a great way to consume your media in 2025. Back in the day, it was a really nice idea. You pay $10 or $30 a month, and you wind up getting an ad-free viewing experience where you're able to consume all different types of media. You no longer have to deal with NZBs. You no longer have to go to torrent sites or ShareReact or...
My brother taught me how to torrent when I was like 12 years old. Changed my life. But also I became his little torrent slave because he's older than me, and what he'd tell me to do is because he had to go to work earlier and I go to school, right, and he went to work. He would tell me to keep an eye on the torrent download and make sure that it's doing okay, because he didn't want to, like, come home and it's not ready. Yeah, I was his little slave.
IRC DDC bots or whatever the hell else you were using in order to get your media. You could actually just pay for it like a normal person. You could have everything right there. You don't have to fuck with anything. You don't have to worry about, oh, this version I downloaded is corrupt, or I don't have enough part 2 files for this. Not enough
That's
seeders to
old
get the ends
school.
of this. It's great until now. You have all these fracturing of different services where you have to have 4 or 6 different streaming services in order to get the media that you want. A lot of streaming services will pull certain things that you may have subscribed to them for. You have streaming services that will not allow you to get the high resolution version of your content unless you watch it on a device that's kind of spyware. And now you have Disney and other streaming providers as well doing this thing where what you paid for an ad-free subscription plan, you paid extra for the ad-free subscription plan, and then they send you a notice that looks like this. We are clarifying that as we continue to increase the breadth and depth of the content we make available to you, circumstances may require that certain titles and types of content include ads, even in our no ads or ad-free subscription tiers.
But isn't that, like, lying? What? Yeah, like, you paid for no ads, and then they put ads? Kinda? I don't think it's kinda. I think it's straight up lying. You paying for a service, and that says it's ad-free. Like, you installed those cable boxes where you could skip the ads. That was a service. It was literally a service. What, if they just went back on it and said you can't skip the ads? Now it's not fraud? Yeah, I don't know. They updated the TOS. I think that's suable. You can't just do that. Yeah, you can get sued for changing stuff and then putting it in the what is it called, the product.
And then when you read their agreement, service tiers with or without ads. We offer different Disney Plus and Hulu service tiers, some with advertisements and some predominantly without. Service tiers described as no ads or ad-free are generally free of commercial interruptions, with certain exceptions that may change from time to time, including where 1. Streaming rights or other limitations require certain content to play with ads. Or 2. Ads are served in certain live or linear content or special events and replays thereof. I can get that. Additionally, no ads or ad-free service tiers may contain limited promotional content, such as brief clips about the bundles. Go away. And
ads during, like, live events is completely different. Yeah, I remember watching the football cup and they have, like, ads playing during, like, the breaks and stuff, too. The Super Bowl does it, the rugby finals do that because it's on public television and they have to make their money back. I don't think that's bad because it's a live thing and it's baked into the content. Yeah. I understand that, but, like, ads? Were you paying not for ads?
Including messages promoting an upgrade there too.
Yeah.
And other content available on any services associated with the bundles and branded content, product integrations, or sponsorship messaging. Streaming rights or other limitations require certain content to play with ads is the main one here. And this is probably not going to be something people expected, but it actually really mirrors the problem with New York commercial real estate. There's something I was talking about for a long time on the channel where I walk down the street and every single shop says retail space available. Many of these places are still for lease today, and some of them have been for lease for anywhere from 5 to 10 years. You'll have a space that's about 2,000 to 3,000 square feet that's going for $75,000 a month. And you may wonder, how in God's name is that space vacant at $75K a month? Wouldn't they lower the price at some point? And the reality, as this expert...
Oh, you want to know what actually happens is they don't care about losing money on it. That's usually what happens. They don't care that they're losing money on it. New York's a shithole. Well, besides that, the one main reason is why it's still vacant and available is that those people can afford to lose money on it. They don't care.
Had put it on Reddit. I can't believe I'm saying those words in the same sentence, but
I learned that when my parents started looking for, like, their own house a long time ago. Yeah, it sucks. It's not the same as a business, but it's kind of the same principle with housing markets.
And the reality is, this very smart gentleman put it, and I've confirmed this with many other people who work in the industry, is that when you have a commercial mortgage-backed security, there are many, many different investors that may own this building. There are institutional investors, individual investors, people who may not even know that they own shares of this particular building because of how that investment, how that financial security or instrument, however the fuck you want to call it. When I think of instrument, I think of Godowski and the little violin at the beginning of volume 12.
This guy is based, he cusses a lot.
You get the idea. But you have people that own this building that may not even know. So if you want to change the asking rent, by changing the asking rent, you're adjusting the valuation of the building. And to do that, you may be marking up or marking down somebody's investment. To do that, you have to get buy-in from many different groups. And it's very difficult to get buy-in from all these different groups to have one building, one store, have its rent lowered. So you wind up with to you, it may seem ridiculous that I can do 1-hour videos in one of the most densely populated cities in the world, going over all the empty vacant storefronts. But it's actually more sensible that they stay vacant than it is to contact hundreds or maybe thousands of people to get them all to come to a consensus on their investment being marked down so that this commercial real estate space can get rented to a flower shop or something. And this seems like a similar issue that you're having in streaming digital media. I completely understand that when you are trying to get every single piece of content on earth covered on one service for $10 to $20 a month, you have to wrangle together a lot of different companies. Many of these media companies have been purchased by media companies who've been purchased by media companies who they own the right to this and this person owns the right to that. And there's...
If you want to watch Pokemon from season 1 through to the current season, you have to go through so many different live streaming services if you want to do that legally. There's an entire, like, cheat little, what is it called? Like a little, not playlist, but a little infographic. It's like, if you've finished season 2, season 3 and 5 is available on Hulu, but everything else is only available on XYZ. And it's like, it would be easier to pirate it. That's what we're getting to, though, chat. That's what we're trying to, like, that's the whole point of this video. If they are making it this difficult, why not just go out and learn how to pirate it?
So much agreement that you have to come to in order to actually get working streaming service. And I understand that that's very, very difficult. I feel for you. At the same time, this doesn't mean jack shit to me as a viewer. The same way that everything involved in getting that space to be a reasonable rent doesn't mean jack shit to the guy that wants to run his flower shop who does not have $75,000 a month to spend on the space. This is not my problem. If I paid for an ad-free service and now the content that is included in the service has advertisements, you can gargle my balls. That's what we call a you problem. That, you know, my old receptionist in here, I had some of the best employees in the world. A lot of the people that worked here, they worked here for a good 5 or 7 or 10 years before they went on to do other things, and some of them I still have after 7 or 8 years. Vaniera was one of the best. She was from Kazakhstan, and she had a little bit of an accent. She would, every time some shit like this came up, she would always say something that I loved. It's like, sounds like a personal problem, and the way I'm never gonna be able to say it exactly the way that she said it. It was just with so much sass and finesse to it. It was like, sounds like a personal problem. And that's what this is to me. Sounds like a personal fucking problem. I understand that there are limitations on streaming rights and you're trying to wrangle all the stuff together, but that sounds like a personal problem between all of you.
They have billions of dollars. Do you really think that they have an issue with the money? I don't think so, chat. I don't think the billion-dollar company has problems with money and acquisition.
I don't want to deal with your personal problems. That's not my business. I paid for an ad-free service, and when people pay for an ad-free service, they expect to not see fucking advertisements, which is a great reason, again, to use plugins like Sponsor Block on YouTube. If you're one of the people that uses YouTube Premium, you pay them your $10 or $15 a month, and you still see ads baked into the fucking videos because the amount of money they're getting from the ad revenue is not enough. They can't ask you for the money, so they got to just dig in more. Use it. You paid for a fucking ad-free experience. Who am I to toss in ads afterwards? I think it's considerably more egregious when it happens here because Disney as a company is, you know, doing slightly better in the net profit region than your average YouTuber. There's a video that I did that got quite a bit of pushback a year and a half ago. Piracy is completely justified. Lewis tries Netflix and remembers why. Where...
Oh, I bet you did, mister. I bet you got a lot of hate for that.
Tries Netflix and remembers why.
Yeah.
Where apparently I'm supposed to make myself aware of the half a dozen different restrictions on being able to stream 4K video that are not mentioned once on their fucking website. But if I pirate, I get full resolution for free.
It's almost like enshittification has come full circle and we are not getting the value nor the product that we asked for. I don't know, it's kind of sad now that I think about it. Yeah, Netflix used to be like the best. It was like, whoa! Yeah, easy, free, or not free, but like pretty cheap at the time when it was really popular. Now it's become dog shit. It crashes a lot. It's down a pretty decent amount from what I understand, especially during big events. It crashes the entire service for everyone, even the people that aren't watching the live stream, which is kind of fucking stupid if you think about it. Like, why can't I just watch? Why don't you have some sort of system where if the live stream crashes, it doesn't crash the whole site? But that's besides the point. Yeah, enshittifications is basically what's happening.
I have never.
Where else are you gonna go, bitch?
7 years of being on the internet, seen an advertisement in something that I downloaded as an AVI file or a Matroska file or something. There's one time that I think Dimension left in like a 2 or 3 second clip of a commercial and they wound up getting propered by CTU. But you don't see ads. Ever. You don't have to deal with this. This is their personal problem. It's not yours. You're not crazy. You paid to not see ads. They put ads into it.
I remember when I had to put in a key for the first time for a pirated game that I wanted to play, and it played their little jingle, and it was like advertising their little group or some shit. I thought I was getting a virus, but it was like a key genner, yeah. And I was like, oh, the CrackGen audios, oh my god, it's such a throwback for me personally. Oh. Oh, was it this one? Oh, the best key. Oh. This is so old, man. Yeah, this would play every time. Different ones had different little jingles. It was just, I don't know. Just, you can't ever have that. Have the one ever again. That time has passed pretty much.
Lock the ads. I went over this in the hierarchy of piracy in this manual that I did over here. By the way, I realized that I accidentally changed the theme from Vector 2022 back to Vector, which is why the table of contents was gone. But look, you have a table of contents again. See? You wanted a table of contents, you got a table of contents. Isn't it beautiful? This is Rossman's hierarchy of piracy over here. You have degraded physical media with no replacement available, degraded physical...
I hate this so much. If I want to play one of the old Pokemon games, you either have to pirate it or pay $400 for an old ass one. For like an old console or Game Boy or whatever. It's insane.
Media replacement available, lost digital purchase, no repurchase option, lost digital purchase, repurchase available. The purchase that wasn't. You purchased digital media, but the company said, fuck you. Bait and switch streaming.
Bait and switch streaming is another really great one. You pay for a service and they just evaporate. The content that you paid for just leaves. I don't get how they can get away with it.
Service. You paid for a streaming service, advertised with certain content, the content was removed with no refund option. Rental versus purchase confusion, the 4K lockout, DRM workarounds, and this is going to be somewhere in the realm of bait and switch streaming, which is you paid for an ad-free experience and they put ads into it anyway. This is different than I refuse to pay for shit even though I have the money for it. These are very different things. I don't like that in many scenarios the same word gets used to describe people that are totally reasonable and people that would never pay for anything or ever support an artist ever just because they want to be dicks. I think the entertainment industry as well as the entire streaming services industry gives people more reason to sail the high seas every single day and be guilt-free doing so.
I encourage my chat to install ad blockers to skip ads because it's intrusive to my experience as a streamer. I think it's one of the worst things imaginable when I have to stop an entire fucking stream for 3 whole minutes every single time because Twitch puts a gun to my head and says you have to do this, otherwise you can't stream on here. I hate it. I have to do it. I don't like doing it, but I have to.
I like supporting artists that I enjoy. I have a Tori Amos box set. I've bought the DVD and Blu-ray copy of the 1991-1992 Live at Montreal concert.
Aww,
Red
that's
dress
nice.
and blue dress one.
Aww.
I draw the line when I pay for an ad-free experience and you shove ads in anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. With that, I'm going to get Blackberry a treat.
Oh! Kitty gets rewarded for being a little dickhead? Piracy is a service problem. Gabe is fucking right. I stopped pirating games because Steam. Yes! And if you can't get the game on Steam, that's when you pirate. Oh my god, mind explosion. I know it doesn't fix the problem in its entirety, but it has a really good point. Asma didn't watch this part? Yeah, well, he hates everyone. Wait, he plays with this little kitty cat. We can put it in the background over here while he plays with his cat. I remember they put in stuff like movie series and books and games should all be public media after 20 years because anything that is so old is still going to be public media through pirating. Yes, and we have lost countless media. We have lost countless media to just be evaporated or just lost to time. There's so many, probably thousands of games, books, movies that are just gone because there's no preservation. Or I have a game called Black and White 2, made by a company that kind of just exploded because of a Microsoft acquisition, and I love that game, and the only way I can pirate it is through some random website of abandonware, and I have to patch it to Windows 11 and 10. I love that game. Dude, I loved that game. I remember it was a hot summer fucking in 2007 or 8, and I remember playing that game so much. I was in love with it. It was a great game. And now it's lost to time because the studio that made it just basically exploded and evaporated.
You want the treat, don't you, go?
Oh.
You want a treat? Oh, ow! Look at that.
He's purring!
She's grabbing. Ow. She's putting her claws out to grab my. Ow. No. You have to be nice. Blackberry, that's not nice. That's not nice. Ow.
Ow! Where's my kid?
Where did you become so lead? Blackberry?
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Okay, you don't put your claw into my hand
give me the
and then
treat.
use that to pull over. That's not nice.
We're
I'm gonna
watching
give
the
you one
cat
treat
video.
over
I'm
here.
sorry.
What the? This is not normal, Blackberry. This is not how she usually acts. So Jesus. Okay. You get a treat. Now let's see if you can learn to be nice here. Okay.
Crunch.
Cynthia, I gave you a treat. Okay. Berry. See, that's a good girl. See, that's a good girl. You bring your mouth to my hand, not your claws in my finger. Okay, let's try this again.
Dreamscape? Oh, don't get me started.
Good girl. Good kitty. Good kitty.
Ugh.
Good girl.
Good kitty!
Good kitty.
So loud, man.
Ow.
Bite. That's a good cat.
Move my kitty.
Look how far away the mic is, by the way.
Not you, Clinton.
Ow.
This one.
Give me some treats. Oh. Cat ASMR? It's so loud. Bass boosted cat. Bye, Thomas. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many games lost to time, studios breaking up, acquisitions. It's really sad. I'm sure other people can name more than just like black and white,
Screw all those
but
people. Yeah, bang the mic. Good girl.
yeah, bang the mic.
Good girl.
Not just games, movies, and TV shows too. Yeah, it just gets lost to time.
Might not even put a high pass filter on for this.
Bro, it's like I can hear the cat in my room. It's so loud. Good kitty. Aww.
For you.